While Firefly's death is something akin to an open and shut case Johnson, I mean, we know when she died, we know who killed her, and we know how she died. Granted, we don't know the motives or even the circumstances for that matter. The point I'm trying to make is we know a hell of a lot more about her death than Robin's. With regard to Robin, we don't know when she died, who killed her, what she was doing in our room, or hell, even how she died. And I get, we see her with a big-ass stab wound, so we can probably surmise she was stabbed. But I don't know. I mean, if you look back at Firefly's death, I don't see no big-ass stab wound, bruh. But this is probably just me being pedantic. And while, yes, I suppose there is a monster going around, poking people violently, and Sunday did imply the meme was the one that killed Robin, ultimately, his information on the monster is deeply flawed.
Somehow, a nightmare called death has descended upon Penacony, striking indiscriminately, bringing spiritual death to all equally.
Indiscriminately? Yeah, right, buddy. Bro, who best? 3 people to get to her. That's about as discriminate as you can. If Firefly was black, this would be a hate crime, okay? This is indiscriminate. What? However, the biggest difference between both Firefly and Robin's deaths are what happened to their bodies. Firefly's body disintegrated mere seconds after she got shanked, but Robin's body lingers for reasons not yet known, and it's here where the biggest problem yet presents itself. Who moved Robin's body? I believe we can safely surmise something happened to Robin's body post-mortem because it simply isn't possible she died in our room. I say this for a couple of reasons. The first being when we first entered the memory zone, well, she wasn't there. Now, of course, this leaves open the possibility she died whilst we were rummaging off with Black Swan and Acheron, but this can't be possible either when you consider Black Swan and Aventurine's deal, which had to have been made before we set off for the memory zone. The reason the deal must have been made before we left for the memory zone is mainly because we were side by side with Black Swan in the memory zone, so she can't have had a chance to make the deal while we were exploring the deep sea without us noticing it. Keep in mind, she herself said this was a transaction, so she got something in return for bringing the Trailblazer to Aventurine. And if that answer isn't satisfying enough for you, the other reason the transaction had to have been made before we set off was because she also knew Robin was dead. That's the truth they keep speaking of.
Or you can accept my invitation and learn a truth. A truth potent enough to upend everything in Penacony. As for aligning with me, see the truth first, then decide. You'll still have time.
No matter what, I hope you can trust Aventurine. Or rather, trust me and see the truth with your own eyes. This can lead us deeper into the secrets behind Penacony.
So barring Robin died in the memory zone while we were exploring it, Aventurine somehow made his way into the memory zone at the same exact moment, inexplicably was the first to find it, somehow got in contact with Black Swan while she was in our presence the entire time, so I suppose this nigga is capable of, telepathy, told Black Swan he found Robin's body and then negotiated a deal that they both found agreeable. Then Black Swan had to start improvising to find a way to get the Trailblazer to Aventurine because she took him at his word over telepathy. I mean, I know they say you can't lie to a memo keeper, but over telepathy, my nigga? The easiest answer is Black Swan and Aventurine made the deal before we entered the memory zones. But then again, given Robin's body was not there when we awoke in our room in the memory zone and she can't have simply died while we were exploring it, that means it was moved there. But then that of course raises the question of who moved it there. The obvious answer would be the dynamic duo of Aventurine and Black Swan, who, after discovering Robin's body, moved it from wherever it was to a more accessible location. I'm focusing mainly on Aventurine, in order to get the Trailblazer on their side. Aventurine has made it clear he wants the Trailblazer on his side due to the stellaron.
Simply put, my friend, I need your help. It's clear you're not just one of the crowd. You possess a distinct quality, so magnetic that it could sway the outcome of any game. That power, you really don't wish to use it. Or you don't want to be rid of it. Why not use it to etch your name across the stars? The power that men both fear and desire is right in the palms of your hands. Miss Stellaron, have I hit the nail on the head?
But would Aventurine go so far as to tamper with the corpse of the once greatest singer in the universe? Absolutely he would! We've long been told Aventurine is a sketchy character who will do whatever it takes to win. We also know that this job is above his pay grade, at least according to Topaz.
Huh. And What prompted the mighty Aventurine to start collaborating with others?
Penacony. What else?
What?
That's right. Now that's the kind of reaction I was hoping for.
Hold on a minute. Diamond picked you for this project? I was expecting someone like Opal or Obsidian to handle it. At least someone higher than rank P46.
And given he's after the lofty prize of the entirety of Penacony, he might be willing to cast morals aside and do what's necessary, especially given the pressure on the strategic investment department after Topaz's mess up in Eurilo 6. Matters of messing with Robin's body aside, I wanted to talk a little more about Robin because her entire presence in Penacony has been one red flag after another. From the moment we first saw her shadow speaking with Sunday, they have this interaction.
The Charmony Festival stage belongs only to you, little sister.
But if I can't sing, what meaning does a stage have?
Well, no. If you can't sing, I don't know what the fuck do you do, is the question you should be asking yourself. Anyway, Robin's ability to sing comes up a couple of times during or I should say inability to sing, comes up a couple of times during the quest. The issue of her singing rears its head when we meet Robin for the first time, and both March and Welt notice her voice sounds off, with Welt even questioning if she's able to sing.
He also had Miss Robin with him. I'm no singer, but her voice sounded a little strange. Would a singer really take to the stage if their voice wasn't in top shape?
The topic comes up once more right at the end of the quest, and while yes, Sunday isn't speaking to Robin, he still says something interesting nonetheless.
This is not good. You're the pride of the family. Don't let those unnecessary emotions affect your perfect pitch.
No.
So it sounds like emotions play a part in how they affect her singing, which I suppose is true of everyone. I doubt you or I would be able to perform a perfect rendition of Whitney Houston's I Will Always Love You if we had just found out we were diagnosed with, I don't know, AIDS. But like, come on, man. Unnecessary emotions? What does he just want her to be a robot who can sing with a perfect pitch and nothing else? Is that why he had her killed? Is that why he had her killed, this monster? Because she would have been unable to perform at the festival, so he killed her. This monster, he killed her, and the family is producing another Robin. That's the secret. He said it himself, the family has a plan.
I'll stand in for your dear sister at events. Surely you don't want the world to hear the Charmony Festival's been called off.
The family has a plan.
Kidding. The other interesting thing unless it's right, then I'm not. The other interesting thing about Robin I thought was noteworthy is that she herself, despite being a part of the family and a native of Penacony, actually left it when she grew older and is now back merely as a guest invited to perform at the festival.
Are you also a member of the family on Penacony like him?
Truth be told, I am a guest like everyone. Penacony is my hometown, but I left when I was older. I was graciously invited this time to return and sing a song at the Charmony Festival.
The reason this might be important to bring up, or not, is because of the family's description in the databank, which states, quote, "The family calls out to other worlds with their song, encouraging them to embrace harmony. Whenever new worlds accept the blessing of Zype, the family will celebrate, rejoice, and work even harder at praising the Eon's kindness. But not every blessed world can become a member of the family. Few would mention the civilizations that perished out of stupidity or hubris. People are also curious whether any members of the family had grown tired of the one, involuntarily abandoned the path of harmony. In the face of such a question, the family smiles and replies, never. Alright, Heaven's Gate, relax. Fucking Jim Jones, relax. So does anyone ever leave the family? No. Alright, cults, man, this is what this is. The reason this may or may not be important is the distinction between Robin leaving home and the members of the family abandoning the path of harmony. Because let's be clear, she still seems to follow the path of harmony by singing these harmonious tunes wherever she goes, even if she's left Penacony. We'll see if it turns out to be something. Regardless, there wasn't much about Robin this act, just breadcrumbs, but still, breadcrumbs are more than enough to speculate on what's going on with her.